All right, guys, in today's video, we are going over the F-16 PoBIT and how to cook with this jet. I know a lot of players struggle with the PoBIT, so I'm going to be going over how to minimize its weaknesses, how to play to its strengths, and really the key here with this jet, guys, is knowing how to play defensively. We cannot be the aggressor with 6 missiles, so really understanding that, positioning, close range notching. So I'm going to leave a link in the description of my guide on positioning, as well as how to notch close range missiles, because I have full guides on those already. And yeah, guys, we're going to be focusing a lot on stuff like missile management, when to fire, because that's the biggest skill issue in this jet. And as always, if you guys do enjoy the content, the guides, or find them helpful, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Not only supports me, but I do greatly appreciate it. And with that being said, guys, let's get started with the guide. So to quickly go over the loadout here before we get into missile management, I either run with 2 120Ds and 4 120Bs or just all 120Bs. Guys, I go off of experience, what I do the best in, what I get the most kills in when I play. I don't really care about stat this, stat that. I get a lot more kills in the 120Bs than I do the 120Ds. They're a lot quicker, a lot better shorter range, which fits my playstyle. That's what I use. General rule of thumb I have for 120Bs is 18 kilometers or less I'll fire. For 120Ds, 22 kilometers or less. So I would use that as a general guideline as well. But let's move on to missile management. Okay, so I do want to show missile management here. This is arguably the most important thing with the PoBIT. I think where everybody does struggle with the PoBIT. So we can see here, I'm going to actually slow this down here. So we have I think it was a SA-30 here. I'm going to play this slower here. So we have a SA-30 over here, right? We can see him on the radar. His vector line is going towards us. So again, that's very important. Now again, we have 6 missiles. We don't want to waste them on something where we know the enemy is going to notch or is in a very easy position to notch. The key to playing this jet, guys, is understanding how to play without applying as much pressure as, let's say, an F-15 or a SA-30, right? Where you can just spam missiles and again, apply the pressure. Be the one who closes the gap. You need to learn how to play on the opposite side, where you're not the one closing the gap. You're the one that's holding your position. Play around that. So again, I'm going to slow this down here. So he's in a good spot to shoot at us, guys. Again, my general rule of thumb is 18 kilometers with the 120As, 120Bs, 22 with the 120Cs and 120Ds. Now, obviously, you can go past that. It just depends, but that's my general guideline. The closer, the better. So let's take a look at this, right? He fires a missile at us, and look what he does, guys. He instantly starts going into a notching position. So we're watching his vector line this whole time, and by the time he's here, guys, he's already almost in a 90-degree angle. So to me, one, that tells me this guy is not a bad player if he's already getting into a good position for me to counterfire. And two, it kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier, right? We have 6 missiles. We cannot be the player that applies the pressure. And every fight is going to play out differently, right? In this case, he does close the gap. But a lot of the times you can catch them overcommitting. And I'm going to show a clip of that as well, where you kind of get a counter shot in between all this once they start closing the gap. So again, we decide not to fire, right? He's in a notching position. And I'm just going to speed this back up here. So yeah, we notch his missile, right? And we're going to see here that, again, that he closes the gap. He's in a SA-30. He has like, 12, 14 missiles to use against us. And yeah, guys, again, we are notching. The key here to being good defensively like this, not the one applying pressure, is we're holding that 90-degree angle of where he is. So we're making sure that we can just easily notch whatever he throws at us. And we're going to play around that. So really, it's just going to be banking on the fact of us putting ourselves in a tough position for him to hit a gunshot. And then we're in a good spot. But let me show a couple of clips or different outcomes. Again, I want to go over a couple things more in depth here. All right, guys. So we're going to use this clip actually for 2 different topics here. I'm going to first use this clip for missiles and missile management. So again, guys, key thing here is we want to make sure we use our missiles well. We only have 6 of them. Again, very big emphasis on this. So again, we are within 18 kilometers, for example, of this Eurofighter here. We have him soft locked. We can see his vector line. He is headed directly in our direction. So this is a perfect shot for me to take, right? He's going to have to react quick. If he doesn't, especially at the speed that I'm going here, he is going to die, which he does. So really with this, right, vector line, if they're headed directly towards us, if we're close and they're going directly away from us, that's a good shot. Ones, for example, you probably wouldn't want to take is like this one right here. So we can see this guy is in that notch angle from us, or if we were closer to him, right? That's probably not the best shot to take. One like this where it's slanted, it depends. I think I take one of them here and it works out. But those can be a little bit more of a 50-50. Just depends which way they do end up turning. But you can definitely take those if you think it's a good shot. But again, that's a general guideline. So again, we're going to fire that. And notice there how I don't fire that shot. Even though he is 17 kilometers, it's just not the most optimum shot for me. So we're not going to take it. Again, we're going to close the gap. And we'll, again, touch upon energy retention here in a second because this clip is very good at showing it here. But again, guys, you can see we fire at this SAW 30 down here. Again, a bit of a cluttered mess here with this garbage new radar thing. But again, guys, yeah, so hard to see. So many vertical lines. But again, he's headed directly in our direction. Less than 18 kilometers. Very optimum shot for us to take. And it's like I was saying earlier, we do take this shot. Really just depends which way he turns. For me, I was banking on the fact that he was going to cut back inside because he's very wide here. I don't have really too many teammates over here. I have somebody up above me, and then I'm here as well. So, and he does exactly that. He starts actually cutting inside. And then we start picking up some kills, guys. So I believe we do pick up like 3 kills. And we refire that shot actually just in case. Because I knew it wasn't the best shot. Because we have a couple missiles to spare here in this game. Yeah, and we basically just notch all these missiles coming towards us here pretty easily. And again, I'm going to bring up this clip here in a second for energy retention and just positioning. But this was a good example of some missile management. Okay, so taking a look at the clip here of notching. This one was very tough because I actually, as you guys could see, coming from the airstrip, so I didn't really have a lot of speed. It's usually going to be quite different from this, guys. Again, you'll usually be able to keep a little bit over Mach 1 doing this technique. And again, you guys need to learn how to do this if you want to play good with this jet. Like I was saying earlier, you want to be able to understand and know how to position and play defensively, because again, you're not going to be the one applying pressure in this jet about 9 out of 10 times, right? So we can see here an F-15 coming our way. Yeah, we don't shoot here. We could have shot, but we didn't. So, and I probably would have, looking back at it here, guys, I probably would have shot that. I'm not even going to cap. But yeah, we get in a notching position here, guys. I think we did shoot at him earlier was the reason. I'm not too sure, but yeah, again, guys, we are just getting in that notching position. Again, it was a bit unfortunate. We did not have as much speed as we nearly wanted to. We could have shot a counter shot right there. I think I was hitting my lock button, but I didn't fully quite catch him in the lock. But again, guys, we're holding a 90-degree angle of where he is firing. So we're holding that angle. We're playing defensive. And as you guys can see, we dodge every single one, and he overshoots us, which puts us in a pretty good position here. But again, guys, it was kind of unfortunate. We had just come from the airstrip. We did not have the speed we wanted. A lot of the times you will be able to stay Mach over Mach doing that technique. But yeah, guys, just to show you, because again, practice makes perfect, right? It's not going to be easy at first, but you want to learn how to do that. And not only that for this jet, but it's going to make you guys really improve. So again, understanding how to deal with spam, so missile spam, and yeah, again, how to fully dodge it. So, yeah, guys. Again, practice makes perfect. But let's move on to a clip where we do get a counter shot. So moving on to the counter shot, and a lot of these will play out like this, guys, right? Again, when you're not really the one applying too much pressure, you're letting your enemy apply pressure. You're applying a little bit of pressure, but again, you don't want to overdo it. So J10 up there, he fires at me. I fire one back here. And we are going to go on the notch here. So again, we can see the missile. Again, we're going to use our RWR here. We are going to have it go right here on the right side for us to notch and then drop chaff. So again, he's closing the gap and he shoots another missile here. And yeah, guys, here is exactly what I mean by counter shot. So we can see he's overcommitting a little bit. We are going to fire a shot and get the kill. Now, again, guys, obviously this does take a lot of skill. You need to understand, again, how to position yourself around this, right? So, again, we're holding that 90-degree angle of where he is firing from so that we can easily notch and also easily counter, right? That's the key, is holding this position here. We can easily get a fire or shoot at him with one of our missiles while still being in a good position. And again, guys, this does take skill right here. It's not going to be easy when you first do it. But, again, guys, go out there and do it. That's how you learn. So, and yeah, we get a nice counter shot kill there. So that's just an example, again, of how to counter a lot of the missile spam. Or, again, when you are playing on the defensive, things can really go anyway. But that's something you guys do want to master. Okay, guys, so playing this clip out here in terms of energy retention, right? Playing to its strengths. One of this jet's main strengths is keeping up its speed at high speeds, guys. So again, we're at 1.7 Mach right now. And with this, right, you'll see how I position myself. Again, we want to stay more of an angle, more of a 90 degrees to where our enemies are. That's going to let us keep our speed up. And again, when we turn with this jet, our energy retention is good. So we're going to keep our speed up. Now, you really just need to understand your jet in the sense that as well, because we're going a lot faster, we are going to turn slower. So a fancy way of saying understand kind of the physics of it is what I like to say. Understand how quickly you can turn, how close you can get. Everything like that does matter. And a lot of it's just playing the jet and getting used to it. But again, guys, we hold the 90-degree angle with a lot of these guys here to our left. We're in a very good position for us to just easily notch. Again, keep our speed up because nobody's really going to catch up to us. And again, we notch. We barely lose any energy. We can keep our speed up. And that is extremely, extremely key, guys. But yeah, guys, again, one of this jet's main strengths is how good it is defensively. So we'll see a whole just kind of segue here, or a clip of me playing well defensively. So again, we are higher altitudes. We are going at a good speed. This guy we hold off on because we can see he is spinning right now. So he is basically dead. And yeah, guys, we have a couple of guys up in front here. So we are going to fire and we get shot at. So, again, we're going to try to keep our speed up. We got shot by two places there, and we can see two people above as well. We do get the Eurofighter. But again, guys, we are so good defensively, so good at keeping up our speed. Even like this situation here where somebody does close the gap on me, right? They're going for a gun kill. Again, I have so much speed, I can react appropriately, play well defensively, dodge the missile there. Again, that's one of its main strengths. And again, it does take skill. It is something, will take time. But again, guys, use the jet to its strengths. And like this, guys, we're still going over Mach 1. We're in such a good spot. Again, even turning our energy retention here is so good. This guy is going to just get cooked. But, yeah, we actually get another nice notch here in a second. Right there. So, I mean, look how easily we can just notch this, guys. But, yeah, again, that is such a huge strength. Again, focus on the defensive part of the game with this jet, guys. All right, guys. So moving on to the part of understanding your jet here. So we want to understand on any jet your RWR sensor. So what this is here, guys, is basically this little marble around or circle around the jet here. So everything here in the green part, your sensor will go off with your RWR. So you'll know a missile's coming. So we can see here there is basically a hole at the top. So anything that is above you, or even if you turn to the side, your RWR is not actually going to go off. So we, again, want to keep that in mind. We want to be aware of that. Really, only the Eurofighter and the Rafale are going to have a 360 RWR sensor. But again, it is good to know. And if you guys watch closely, a lot of my videos, you actually see me adjust for this a lot of the times. And I'll show a clip here for what I mean. So to show exactly what I mean here, so I was getting shot at here from a little bit farther distance. And again, guys, when we get in a notching position like this, or sometimes how I notch, your RWR sensor will not be going off because it's not on the sensor, right? So you'll see here in a second, once I do initially notch these missiles, I know there's been an IOG glitch apparently going on, so I've been playing it safe. But take a look at what I do here, guys. When I'm turning, I will just level out for a second and then continue turning. Again, if you watch closely when I play, you'll notice I do this periodically, especially when I was dodging a middle. But yeah, guys, again, that is what I do sometimes. You don't have to do it. Again, I do it a lot of the times for safe protocol. Again, I'll just level out. And again, that just goes to understanding your RWR sensors. You want to make sure you are actually in the clear. All right, guys. So to go over positioning here, obviously not the best map to showcase, right? This is the smallest map in the game. But the general idea is we're always going to go more towards the left here. So we're going to go more in the direction of the left side of the bases. And then our objective is to cut inside. So go in the middle, cut inside. Again, catch people from the side so they don't see us. And a lot of the times we will get pushed out wide to notch. So just keep that in mind. We can use this space over here. We call this our little safe zone where it's free to notch, right? Because if we cut inside to notch, then we get all these other people that are firing at us. We're not in a good spot. Again, guys, I have a full guide on positioning. I'm going to leave that in the video, in the description. I highly recommend you check that out. Really, besides that, guys, the other thing is we do want to get around 7,000 to 9,000 meters up in the air. So we want to be higher altitude. All right, guys, so I'm going to be going over this jet's biggest weakness. And unfortunately, there's no real fix to it. But basically, its biggest weakness here, and you will see, is when you go up against a decent player, guys, who knows how to notch, who knows how to defend against your missiles consistently, you're kind of cooked. So you will waste basically all your missiles on one guy, and you probably will have to go back to base. But that's the reality of it, guys. If you play against somebody that is good, like this here, I'm going to 1v1 against the Gripen E. So a very strong defensive jet, where, again, he's going to notch, I believe, 3 of my missiles, and my 4th one connects. So that only leaves me with 2 missiles left, guys. So, again, this is its main downside. And again, it's kind of out of your control. So you can still fire really good shots, all of that. But if your enemy is good, they're going to notch your missile, is the easiest way to put it. There's nothing you can do about it. So, yeah, guys, unfortunately, there is really no fix to it. It is its biggest weakness. You can, again, do your best as you can to shoot good shots. That one was not a good shot right there. But, again, we're in a 1v1 situation. It is late game, so I know I don't have to waste my missiles on anybody else here, so I can play a little bit more offensive. So it is situational. If this was the beginning of the game, I definitely would not have shot that. But, yeah, guys, that is the main issue, right? Going up against somebody good who knows how to play defense. Yeah, it's its biggest weakness. So focus on that missile management, doing as much as you can. And guys, you'll run into people like this. But usually this stuff like this happens late game where it's like a 1v1 or 1v2. So I wouldn't worry about it too much at the beginning of a game. Because again, it doesn't happen as often in the beginning of a game. So for most part, you should be fine. We do end up securing the kill there. But again, guys, it took 4 missiles. So that's where its weakness is. All right, guys. So getting on to the full game, the showcase here. In this game here, I am taking 2 120Ds and 4 120Bs. Like I said earlier, really just depends. I think bringing either that lineup or 6 120Bs works the best for me personally. And yeah, guys, again, we're going to go towards the left side. We're going to stay around that higher altitude of 7,000 to 9,000 meters. And we do get some spam early on here. We can see all the missiles on the radar there. So, again, kind of longer range, we are going to get the missile there on our RWR directly to the right of us. Again, kind of that 90-degree angle is what we're looking for. And ends up actually, none of the missiles, I believe, actually are getting shot towards us. 3 go to that one guy on the left there. I feel kind of bad for. But, yeah, we have a couple guys below. I don't go for him because my teammate, well, one of my teammates right there, and plus, not the best shot for me to take. And I do see a good amount of people up in front here. Everybody's pretty spread out. Seems like a lot of them were notching from what my teammates shot here. So it is good that they did apply a little bit of pressure. Again, helps me move forward. We're actually going to pick up very, very quick kills here. So, yeah, again, try to get as close as possible, guys. Again, I went over the guidelines for basically the missiles of when the optimal time is to shoot. So I would try to stick with that. Again, we also want to maximize when we shoot. We only have 6 missiles. So we want to make them worth it. And yeah, guys, we start picking up some kills here. So we get 2 right off the bat. And then we are about to pick up a 3rd here. I would have chased this guy if this missile did not hit, but it did. So again, we get very quick 3 kills here. And yeah, guys, we took everybody out on the left. So we are going to go towards the middle here. Now we're going to cut inside. And yeah, again, guys, key thing with this thing is we want to keep our speed up. We want to stay higher altitude. Again, one of its main strengths is energy retention at those higher speeds. So we'll move a little bit slower when you do turn, right? But again, that trade-off of you keeping your energy a lot better. So we do fire at that. We will fire at this Rafale here as well. This Rafale kind of popped out of nowhere. And again, longer range missiles, we want to try to get it on that 90 degrees in our RWR. So a little bit to our left in this case here. And I think we do get the Rafale. Yep, we do. The F-15 did get away, unfortunately. And I ended up trying to see if I could find him again. But I couldn't. But yeah, guys, again, we are staying above Mach 1 basically this whole game here. Again, that is the key with this jet. I think we may break that here in a second. Actually, no, we're still above Mach 1. There we go. We went a little bit under. But yeah, guys, again, that is the key. And even if somebody applies pressure on you, if you're still going around that Mach 1, you're going to be in a very, very good spot. Because, again, guys, even if they apply pressure, they have to hit a very, very hard shot if you're able to notch. I do hold off on this shot here for a second, just because my teammate's there. He is a little bit close. I'm waiting for a little bit more distance here. At this point, I do feel pretty comfortable shooting. Right, there's enough distance between them, enough space. And then he kills him, and right when I shoot my missile. But it's all good there. We do head back to base. And there is 3 guys left here. So right now we have 4 kills. I'm going to go ahead and speed it up here because I think I just go back to the airbase. So we'll skip forward. All right, so we skipped forward here. So my teammate there, he is actually engaging in a fight with the Eurofighter. So we're just trying to catch up there. And we can see on our radar as well, we have the guy all the way in the back who is joining the party. We should soft lock him in a second here. But yeah, guys, again, It's very much so just missile management, making sure you take the right shots. That's going to be the big thing, right? Knowing when to fire, knowing how to use this jet defensively, right? Again, it's very strong defensively, especially close range. Again, you can keep your speed up really good. You can notch without giving up a lot of your energy, whereas a lot of other jets can't do that, right? Um, Take, for example, the F-15 or, close range notching, you're going to lose all your energy. The SAW-30 is another example, right? So again, you want to use that to your advantage. You want to play to your jet's strength. Again, you want to gain that speed, keep that speed up. This guy actually did shoot a missile at me, which was not a bad play from him at all. I think it was actually the right thing to do, mainly because it puts me on the defensive here, and not making it a 2v1 situation. Because in his case, where he's at right now, 2v1 would be very, very tough. He does actually take out my teammate here. But, yeah, again, guys, now it's a 1v2 here, I believe. And, yeah, we just basically close the space, right? In these cases, it is very, very tough when two are close together like this. So I'm really hoping to put that Mirage on the defensive here for a second. Mikas are very deadly, right? He does actually take out my my missile there with his Mika. I probably should have fired another one there at the Mirage, but I don't know. We do end up getting the Eurofighter here. Pretty easy kill there. Top down. Has a very high chance of hitting even multipathing over the water. He does actually start to lift up at me and come my direction here, so I just fire again. We can see him there. He does fire. And yeah, very easy dodge for us. So now we are on to the Mirage here. So we do see him. A good thing about these radars, man, you can see everything. But yeah, this guy was good. This guy was good. This is one of those situations or shows, kind of like I was going over earlier, when you do go up against a good player, it can be a bit tough. I also just felt like my missiles were not hitting here at all, which was very unfortunate. Yeah, it was just unfortunate. He does fire a Mika at us. Guys, I don't know what it is with these Mikas lately, but they like glitch out when they get shot like that. I don't know if you saw that like jerk movement there. But yeah, it's a bit weird. Mikas are acting a little bit weird when they do take off. But yeah, here it's just like how do we not hit him at all, guys? And then my camera kind of messed me up here, and we did not notch that well, and we still don't hit him with the other missile, guys. It was very weird. And look, it's not like he was super close to the ground either. So I don't know what was going on there, but not a bad game.